As I said, it's a top-down and seamless pattern. I cast on the project as soon as all my whips and my commitments were done because I knew that it was going to be a very, very nice thing for me to have over summer. It's such a great layering piece. Hello, I'm Zanete. I'm the designer behind Zanete Knits, and welcome to another one of my pattern deep dives. Today I'll talk about the Ostinato cardigan. It's a pattern that's launching in a couple of days, and it is a top-down, seamless fitted cardigan with a set-in sleeve. And I'll be talking about the inspiration, the yarn and gauge, and the needles that I used, the sizing, the construction, and all the techniques that are used, and some possible customizations and modifications you could do in the pattern. The inspiration is really interesting for this one. Earlier this year we went to Vogue Knitting Live, and one of the lectures that I signed up were on the fashion trends, and this really lovely presenter showed a presentation where some of the slides were filled with fitted crew neck cardigans. And she also talked about how marling is a hot thing to do right now, so I didn't have to be told twice as I was walking through the Vogue Knitting Live vendor booths. I noticed that Loop Fiber Studio were displaying a lot of marled knits, and I had to check them out, and they were all in neutral colors, which I love, and they were all a variety of dark and light and even black, and I fell in love with this particular color because we could see all of them knit up, and I thought that would be the perfect one for me to make a fitted crew neck cardigan. And yeah, I cast on the project as soon as all my whips and my commitments were done because I knew that it was going to be a very, very nice thing for me to have over summer. It's such a great layering piece. It's so versatile. Here you can see a few ways you could style it. You could dress it up, dress it down, left, right, center. Anything goes, and it's just a great wardrobe staple. It is fingering weight yarn. It is called Yin Yang. And this particular colorway is called a hard place, but there was lots of wonderful ones to choose from, and you could also make your own marled yarn from a couple of lace weight strands that I've done in the past with Christina Cardigan, for example. And yeah, just make it a really unique piece. The gauge for it is 24 stitches and 32 rounds in a 10 by 10 centimeter or 4 by 4 inch square in plain stockinette knitted flat after blocking. I had to use 3.25 millimeter needles. That is US size 3 for the main fabric, and then for the edging, for the finishings, the hem and the cuffs and the neckband and the button band, I'm going down needle size, and I'm using 2.75 millimeter needles. That's US size 2. In terms of sizes, it comes in 9 sizes, and its intended ease is 5 to 10 centimeters. That is 2 to 4 inches. The smallest size finished chest circumference is 88.5 centimeters or 35 and 1/4 inches. And it goes all the way up to 166.5 centimeters or 66 and 3/4 inches. In terms of the construction, as I said, it's a top-down and seamless pattern, and we start by casting on just the neck stitches for the back, and we make increases to get to the full width of the back and create the shoulders in a sort of sloped way. That creates that little detail you can see here. And then we knit straight until we need to start shaping the armholes with some increases. And when we get to the underarm, we put the back stitches on hold and we focus on the front. We start with the right front. We pick up stitches along that shoulder edge, and we work the front by doing a few decreases to shape the armhole there at the top, and we do some increases here for the neckline, and then we just work straight again to the point where we need to do the armhole increases for the front. We repeat exactly the same for the left front, and when we're at the same spot, we join the back and both fronts, and we work in one piece flat all the way to hem. And then we can add the neckband, I suppose, or work the sleeves. It doesn't really matter which order you work them. Both sleeves are the same. We start by picking up the stitches around the armhole, and we work short rows to shape the cap. I use Japanese short rows because it is my favorite short row method, but you can use any short row technique that you like. And as the armhole circumference is bigger than the upper arm circumference, we are working a few decreases along the way as well. So that's probably the most focus requiring area, but it's fun to see, and it's not a lot of knitting because it's just a little bit of cap there. Once you're done with the cap, it's smooth sailing knitting a tube for the sleeves. There are a few decreases to taper the sleeve. And yeah, once you've done both of the sleeves, you can work the button bands. The button bands and the neckband and the cuffs and hem are worked in 1 by 1 ribbing, and it's just an inch off that. And for this one, there's quite a lot of buttons, and they're small buttons, so we're using a really simple buttonhole technique that's a yarn over with knit 2 together. And I guess the most complicated part in this is to figure out how many stitches between the buttons, but I filmed a separate tutorial on how to figure this out. It's in my YouTube channel, and I'll link it down below. Because it is a top-down project, that means you can customize it to your desire. You can make it as long as you want, both the body and the sleeves. You can also adjust the length of the ribbing for the neckband or cuffs and hem. I suppose if you play with the width of the button band here, that will impact the chest circumference. But if you're going for a more boxy look, maybe that's what you want. There is no shaping, by the way, on the body either. Other modifications. This is very fitted, and you should pay attention to the shoulder to shoulder measurement and the upper arm circumference when choosing your size. And it might be that you want a more comfortable fit, a deeper sigh or a bigger armhole, which means you might have to lengthen the top part here. And there is a note for how to do that, how to make that adjustment, and it's about adding some length to the fronts here, because part of the front goes towards the back to shape the back neckline. So by adding length to the fronts, you increase the height both of the back and the front as well, and you do make the neck a little deeper. But I suppose that's the price to pay. There are other ways you could lengthen it right after you've done the neckline increases, but that might be a bit trickier to catch because it could start messing with your armhole shaping. But it depends on the size, and if in doubt, please shoot me an email and I'll be happy to assist you with this kind of modification. The reason why you have to be careful is because the cap shaping calculations expect a certain number of rows here along which you pick up the stitches for the sleeve, and it sort of depends on having the right stitch counts for the shaping to work. But anything can be done. The pattern is officially launching on the 22nd of May, so if you are watching this before then, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter, as you will get a special exclusive subscriber discount, and you'll be able to download it at the link that I've posted down below. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next one.